The story of the United States begins long before 1776, reaching back thousands of years to when the first inhabitants arrived on the American continent. Archaeological evidence suggests that ancient peoples migrated from Eurasia approximately 30,000 years ago, crossing a landmass called Beringia that connected Siberia to North America during the Ice Age. These migrations continued until around 10,000 years ago when rising ocean levels submerged the land bridge. These early settlers, known as Paleoamericans, gradually spread throughout the Americas, forming diverse tribes and nations with rich cultural traditions including the Adena, Iroquois, Coles Creek, Pueblo, and Mississippian civilizations. Meanwhile, the Hawaiian Islands remained uninhabited until Polynesian voyagers arrived between the 1st and 10th centuries AD. The course of American history changed dramatically in 1492 when Christopher Columbus, an Italian explorer sailing under Spanish sponsorship, landed in what Europeans would call the New World while searching for a western route to Asia. This discovery triggered centuries of European colonization as Spain, France, Portugal, and England established territorial claims across the Americas. English settlers founded their first permanent colony at Jamestown, Virginia in 1607, followed by waves of immigration throughout the 17th century that established 13 distinct colonies along the eastern seaboard. Each colony developed its own character while remaining under British control through royal governors who worked alongside locally elected legislatures. The colonial population grew rapidly due to abundant land, plentiful food, and economic opportunities, attracting immigrants from across Europe, while also importing enslaved Africans to work on tobacco and rice plantations. By the 1770s, tensions between Britain and the colonies reached a breaking point over taxation and representation, with colonists protesting that Parliament had no right to tax them without their consent. The Boston Tea Party of 1773 marked a turning point, prompting harsh British retaliation through the coercive acts that united all 13 colonies in resistance. Colonial leaders convened the Continental Congress to coordinate opposition, and when diplomatic efforts failed, armed conflict erupted in 1775, leading to the formal Declaration of Independence in 1776. General George Washington led American forces through years of difficult warfare, securing a crucial victory at Saratoga in 1777 that convinced France to join the conflict, followed by Spain and the Netherlands, which helped balance British military power. The Revolutionary War concluded in 1783 with the Treaty of Paris recognizing American independence and granting the new nation territory extending west to the Mississippi River. President Thomas Jefferson dramatically expanded the country's size in 1803 through the Louisiana Purchase, acquiring vast territories from France for $15 million in a deal that doubled the nation's land area. Further expansion came through the annexation of Texas in 1845, and territorial gains from the Mexican-American War, extending American borders to the Pacific Ocean. His rapid territorial acquisitions intensified debates over slavery that ultimately tore the nation apart when Abraham Lincoln's election in 1860 prompted Southern states to secede and form the Confederacy, triggering the Civil War in 1861. After 4 brutal years of fighting, the Union emerged victorious in 1865, preserving national unity and ending slavery while beginning the difficult process of Reconstruction. The late 19th century saw tremendous industrial growth, infrastructure development, and westward settlement, culminating in the Spanish-American War of 1898, which brought the Philippines, Puerto Rico, and Guam under American control. The United States initially remained neutral when World War I erupted in Europe, but German submarine attacks on American shipping and attempts to recruit Mexico as an ally drew the nation into the conflict in 1917 on the side of the Allies. The 1920s brought economic prosperity followed by the devastating Great Depression beginning in 1929, which created global economic turmoil and political instability that contributed to the outbreak of World War II. America entered that conflict after Japan's surprise attack on Pearl Harbor on December 7, 1941, fighting across the Pacific and European theaters while providing massive material support to Allied forces. American military power proved decisive, contributing to Germany's surrender in May 1945 and Japan's capitulation in September, following atomic bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. The war's end left the United States and Soviet Union as rival superpowers locked in a Cold War characterized by ideological competition, nuclear arms racing, and proxy conflicts including the Korean and Vietnam Wars. Domestically, the 1960s witnessed powerful civil rights movements that secured voting rights and legal protections for African Americans and other minorities, transforming American society. The Cold War concluded with the Soviet Union's collapse in 1991, but new challenges emerged in the 21st century with the September 11, 2001, terrorist attacks that prompted military interventions in Afghanistan and Iraq, followed by the severe financial crisis of 2008 that echoed the Great Depression's economic devastation and shaped contemporary American politics and society.